purpose versus Malfurion.
I must protect the world. For Lordaeron!
God, this is such a sick curve if he's Jade. Let's just try it, because Steward of Darkshire into Twilight Drake is fun. Let's play Fairy Dragon instead of Hydrologist, because Fairy Dragon doesn't get Wrathed, and he smacks for 3 instead of 2.
Back to your homes.
The Twilight Drake Dream? Rip the dream, dude. Rip the dream. Well, we can still play a Yeti and keep smacking him with the Fairy Dragon.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
That's an early Aya Blackpaw. Let's throw out the Hydrologist. Probably want Repentance. Or when he starts getting closer to, or when he starts playing big minions. We'll use the Fairy Dragon to trade into the 1/1 so he can't pop the Divine Shield too easily. It's kind of bad against Swipe. Yeah, we actually just lose the game to Swipe, but trading with Twilight Drake also lost the game to Swipe. But we can go for a Bolvar here, and the Righteous Protector is pretty annoying for him to deal with. The Bolvar should at least be a 3/7 by the end of the turn. If he pops its Divine Shield, it's going to be a 5/7, and if he doesn't pop it, then Rallying Blade buffs it anyway. Always a good idea to spend 1 mana before drawing cards, especially when you have Wrath in your deck. Well, this turn actually looks pretty sick. We can get a lot of really good Rallying Blade value here.
Answer for your will be
And then the Righteous Protector got a convenient way to pop its bubble to buff Bolvar. Bolvar is real fat, and there are 2 more Divine Shields on the board for him to deal with. Spreading Plague. Kind of a bummer. I probably should have not hero powered last turn to play around Spreading Plague. That was probably the correct way to do things. I guess we're using Dark Conviction aggressively here. Popping the Squire's Shield makes Bolvar big enough to kill one of these. This Bolvar is real big. If he has a way to deal with Bolvar, though, we might be in trouble. But sometimes we can just stick Deathwing, and Deathwing does work. Pretty shitty Repentance. Yep, we're playing Deathwing on 10, so just play whatever we can draw here. Alright, so put our faith in the Deathwing. Rallying Blade's actually a terrible draw here, because it would have been nice to get the weapon damage. My man shuffled. He probably should have made an 8/8 there. Unless he has some answer to Deathwing here.
None shall
That Black Knight was really strong. It was one of the few things that actually kept him alive here. Easy steed. Oh man, that was scary. Deathwing put in work though.
Arthas versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
for Lordaeron.
We'll keep this dragon curve against Priest since Twilight Dragon is so good against Priest. Man, if we pick up Squire or Righteous Protector, this hand is actually the nuts. Damn.
Greetings.
Hail and well met.
Missing the 1-drop is really bad because it also invalidates our 2-drop. A little bit early to be seeing a Deathwing. I think the Templar is better than the Burn Bristle here. Just because we get a bunch of stuff on the board. Well, gets punished by this. Is Pyro even common in Priest nowadays? I feel like it's not. It wrecked me here, though. Play a 4/6. Should be a bit of an issue for him. Man, they just always have Raza on curve, don't they? Like, actually, literally every game. Well, Corpse Taker does well against Raza. And this guy's still a 4/2, which should be trouble for him.
This jungle hides many secrets.
Okay, he's playing Elise. Elise is a really bad card in this matchup. So I guess that's good for me, but it's still a 5/5 this turn. Let's just drop the steed on this. And we do want a value trade because we haven't seen Shadow or Death yet, and we haven't been in a position where he could have had it. He was able to guess correctly. Probably not too difficult against my deck, especially when it's a Righteous Protector. Why does my Priest opponent have more minions on the board than I do? Well, we're going for a Bolvar here. And I think we'll just Hero Power. Let's get our 5 face damage. I don't think dropping this guy down to 1 health is that big of a deal. Seems like the same stuff kills him. And we want the 5 face damage because I don't think any of my value trades really make his trades that much worse. Well, this sucks. Okay, he just stole Bolvar. I mean, it's really bad that he stole Bolvar, but it would have been way worse if he had Shadow Word Horror. We can push 13 damage with Tarim here, and then if he clears that board, we have a Nixia into Deathwing, which is actually really strong. I mean, there's really no play other than Tarim here, is there? Oh, I forgot to attack with Twilight Drake first. What a trash can. Alright, so let's see if I'm 1 damage off lethal at the end of this game. What happens if he plays Anduin?
Blessed be this funnel cake.
He goes to 9 if he plays Anduin. No, he goes to 14 because here armor. But obviously he's not playing Anduin. Jeez. That was such a strong turn from him. He didn't even really do that much. He just played Priest of the Feast and Shadow Word Pain. Alright, let's go, Nixia. Okay, Shadow Word Horror. Couldn't kill Onyxia, that's definitely good for me. Let's just put the greatest amount of stats on the board that we can. Kill Priest of the Feast, because this could have done 8 damage, but Priest will probably heal for more than 8. Plus this kind of invalidates his hero power this turn since he's at 30. My man just did nothing. Do we need Repentance against this deck? I don't think we do, so I'm going to take Redemption.
Reporting for duty. The battle.
I think we can play Burn Bristle here. I don't really see much reason not to. We're not really weak to any AoE because these two guys are both dragons, so they don't die to Dragonfire Potion.
You have been.
Easy.
Arthas versus.
Oh, the Druid matchup. Okay, this should be interesting.
Protect the world. For Lordaeron.
We did get our sick 1-2 curve.
The light dims, but we will fight.
He didn't have a 1-drop, so probably not an aggressive list.
We will devour.
Okay, he's an aggressive list. My mistake. So I'm definitely playing a Dark Conviction on this. Question is, do I also coin out the Squire? Coining out Squire lets me follow up with a Dark Conviction next turn. But I might just want to play Steward of Darkshire next turn because it curves so well into Twilight Drake. Burning the coin here makes the Twilight Drake weaker. And he can pop the bubble on the Squire with the 1-5.
Path to choose.
Let's not coin out the Squire here. But let's do this. He gets to trade the 3-2 Panther into it. But I trade Righteous Protector and a Dark Conviction. He trades Power of the Wild and an Innervate, and I also get to deal 3 to this. Or he has Wrath, I guess. Not sure why he's playing Wrath in that deck. It's pretty unusual for an aggressive Druid.
The light protects me.
Alright, Squire Coin Rallying Blade looks good here. We get to make a shielded mini-bot and get the weapon in play.
The land serves me.
I guess this is just like a mid-range token Druid. Strange plays coming out from the opponent. Play the Twilight Drake here, he just keeps getting smaller, so let's play him while he still has some stats. We're ahead on board, we are about even on cards, but his cards probably start getting better than mine. I actually have a reasonable amount of late game, but his late game is probably better. Wow, double Power of the Wild.
Back to your homes.
Reporting for duty.
Let's get this Steward of Darkshire going. We do put the Twilight Drake down to 1 health here, which is maybe not great. But if he's spending time hero powering it, that's fine with me. He could have Swipe here, which would be quite bad. But other than Swipe hero power, we get to land a Steed on something next turn. Plague, I think, is fine. So we're playing Steed here. If we play it on the Drake, we get to protect him from the inevitable swipe. If we play it on the Steward of Darkshire, we can kill 2 of his dudes. I think it's probably better to protect the Drake. We don't necessarily need to kill his Scarabs this turn. Especially since we've already seen 2 of his Power of the Wilds. So they're probably not getting too buffed. Bone Mare is strong. It's not that good, actually. You have to trade off one of the dudes still. Let's make this guy a 3-3 so he can get a nice trade there. Develop the Scalebane so we can start snowballing this board. Ideally, we buff the Taunt. Easy. So now the Bone Mare gets pretty wrecked by our taunt.
We will devour this
Frozen winds guide me.
Seems like this list has been a little bit more popular recently. I know it was a big deal right when the expansion dropped, but then it seemed like I went a week or two without seeing it at all. And I've seen a pretty fair amount of it. Maybe it's just because it's the beginning of the season, people want to play something different. Well, the Spike Ridge Steed looks pretty damn good here. Lets me one-shot that. I guess since I know he's playing Bone Mare, I should kill this. Was there a way I could have killed the Bone Mare target last turn or for the turn before that? I think I may have disrespected Bone Mare a couple turns ago and I shouldn't have. Or maybe I didn't, I don't know. We're in a pretty good spot here though. So we have 10, 17 damage. Let's just play some things here. Oh, we don't even really want to play this, because our board is full. How bad can Fandral be? I mean, we probably just go face. What's Fandral gonna do? Sure. Sick. He got snowballed real hard that game. He had a pretty bad opener though.